Hey everybody, I'm Geddy.
I'm Kevin, welcome to Wrestling Breakdown.
Go ahead. The official videocast of WrestlingRegime.com. We are wearing the same clothes, not because we are recording these episodes on the same day, but because we are both slobs who don't ever do laundry. And today, as promised in the last episode, that we definitely didn't record the same day as this one, we're going to be talking about the best and worst wrestling video games. I know there have been a lot, from like even the Nintendo era and yada yada, but it's mostly we're going to be focused on stuff from like PlayStation 2 through the current generation, just because, didn't play a lot of those Nintendo games.
We're gonna do worst.
Yeah, so
I got one. Nintendo 64 WCW Nitro.
Was that the one?
With the cattle prod in the fucking bathroom?
I remember that one. There was you could create a character mode in that game, and we wanted to create John Cena, but for some reason, we made this guy, and he had the jorts and everything, but our John Cena had a green mohawk, and we still named him John Cena, and I don't know why.
With me or with?
No, it was with my brother.
When you went backstage, one of the areas you automatically went to was the bathroom. Like, why would the bathroom be the locker room for the guys, first of all? And there's a fucking cattle prod laying next to the urinal. Like, what the hell is this?
I don't know, man. Maybe Kevin Nash was hazing somebody. No, every time you scream, I'm just gonna prod your nuts with this again.
Other games, there are bad games out there.
There are a lot of the games are just really...
Crush Hour.
I've never played that. I see it every single time I go into GameStop. Like, every single time I've ever been there in my entire life, even before the game was made, I think I saw that copy of that game. Because nobody wants it. And if you really think... It's the most insulting idea, like, pitch for a game I think I've ever heard. Vince McMahon has taken over all of television. Who would want that? I like wrestling, but like, it's just stupid. Like, do they really think their fans are that, like, blindly interested in the product? Like, I don't want to see, like, an episode of, like, Vince McMahon's Breaking Bad. Although, actually, that does sound pretty awesome now that I'm thinking about it. They could have Zach Gowen play Walter Jr.
Dude, why do you have to be like that?
Why'd you let Brock Lesnar beat me up, Dad?
And throw me down the stairs.
That's awesome. We gotta come up with a cast for this show, but we're definitely casting Zach Gowen. Anyway, yeah,
he's making a comeback.
That's like Twisted Metal, which really, aside from like the character designs, isn't even that fun a game.
Was it SmackDown vs. Raw? Yeah, SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, I think. Yeah, with Shawn Michaels and
Triple H on the cover.
The fucking storyline for Undertaker. He turned Santino and Finlay into zombies. Are you kidding me?
The weird thing about that game was how bad the graphics were, if I remember correctly. Like, there were games that came before it that actually looked really nice.
2008?
Like, yeah, like that was a really nice looking game for a PS2 era wrestling game. It looked nice on the Xbox. And then 2009 was terrible. Like, you know how video games haven't really gotten long hair down yet? That was very evident in SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, if I remember correctly.
It just bladed through their shoulders.
I hate that so much. Yeah, SmackDown vs. 2009, and like, I love Shawn Michaels. I think everybody loves Shawn Michaels, but is he really the right guy to put on the cover of this game?
Well, it's DX.
I know. But still, I mean, ultimately it comes down to a marketing thing. I know kids like Shawn Michaels, probably, and kids probably like DX. But it just seems like a weird choice to be on the cover, I feel like.
Damn, what was it? The store, in SmackDown vs. Raw, you do the create. I don't know. I was talking to the camera. You guys agree with me, right? It would be like a Dora the Explorer episode. Do you want to hear us talk about more?
Which game should we talk? What was your favorite part of the episode?
Tell us.
I liked that too.
No, when you create your own guy and make a storyline for him. How is it moving? They don't know that's there. But no, the create your own storyline is the worst thing ever. Because in 2010, I think maybe, the big payoff to your feud after beating up like Vladimir Kozlov and Ezekiel Jackson every week in Vince McMahon's office. That's your feud. Alright, first of all, that's not going to be main eventing WrestleMania, first of all. And the end of the show, the go-home part of WrestleMania, is Vince McMahon dances in a chicken outfit to the chicken dance. And Michael Cole in Portland, Oregon, I'm pretty sure is where the event takes place. In a 7,000 people arena. For WrestleMania 25. 24 at the time. Oh my God. 25. In Portland, Oregon, Vince McMahon dances in a chicken outfit while Michael Cole goes in. This is the redemption he's waited for all along. Thanks for joining us for the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania. I'm Michael Cole. Good night.
Signing off.
That's it. That's it.
The best part was that there was only one like white guy voice that you could get. And it was Southern.
It was Heath Slater's
voice.
He
had this guy that was a downloaded Sheamus creator wrestler. And it had Heath Slater's voice.
You're right, Vince. Looks like you don't need me for ratings.
That was great. It was great. Yeah, the story modes... one of my favorite storylines, because I played it so many times for some reason, and it was so stupid. And for some reason I always made John Cena a heel, because I was always playing as John Cena. In the original SmackDown vs. Raw, which I want to, I want to buy it again and see if I still like it.
It was still really that good.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that even when I played it, it wasn't even really that good. It's fun, but
the roster in that game is bad.
Yeah, because it's all made up of people from like 2004.
And it's like Rene Dupree,
Rico is playable.
Hey, whoa! Don't hate on the Rico.
How long was that game in production that they still had Rico? And it's not like Rico in the face paint. It's like Rico in the leopard pants and the red T-shirt.
I loved Rico in the face paint. Oh my God, I would fuck the shit out of him.
But the storyline in that game, I'm sure you've played it. If you're a guy with no title, you like fuck Tori Wilson in the shower. And Taz is like masturbating as this is happening. And then like somehow the story progresses, and there's like this one scene where you can have a choice to hit RVD with a steel chair in the locker room, and I always hit that fucker. And
my favorite part is John Cena blows up Tajiri's spot with Tori Wilson or whoever you are, and Tajiri's just freaking out at you in English, but he doesn't speak English, and he's not talking. He's just like.
Yeah, and then if you play your cards wrong, you get to the final storyline. The main event of WrestleMania is you and somebody else versus like JBL and somebody for Trish Stratus's panties in a TLC match. But the best part, and I even thought this was stupid when I was like 11 years old playing this game.
9/11.
Playing this game. Is that her panties cast a square shadow on the ground. Because they only had one shadow for something hanging, and it was the briefcase's shadow. And even as a little kid, I'm like, how the hell can you be this fucking lazy?
I thought that was honestly really funny, too. That when you won the panties, you were just like...
Yeah, and like, that's the main event of WrestleMania?
You should have...
Did Vince Russo write for this game or something?
Nice. Stealing my lines, so.
Yeah, because you're the first guy who's ever made a Vince Russo joke. Ah! What is this?
From the Spirit Week, we had the pom-poms.
What?
But there were some good games too, like SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. Great game. The roster was awesome.
Anyway, with SmackDown vs. Raw 2012 or WWE 12, they said they were going to improve a lot. But really, you know, all they did was they used the same terrible character models that they've always used. The movesets were the same. It still looked awkward. They still had that terrible Jack Swagger model that was so pale, didn't even look like him. You get a lot of replay value out of these games, but I just, you know, and the cover with the bald Randy Orton from like 2009, and it's like this game came out in 2012, people. What are you thinking? Yeah, so, I mean, best and worst games. I'm going to offer up, anybody knows, I was talking with somebody the other day about the Japanese comic book series, Kinnikuman, which is like a wrestling manga. And there's this old M.U.S.C.L.E game, which is what it's called in America. And it's like renowned as one of the worst wrestling games because I don't think you actually do any moves. I think you pick from like a preset move set or something. So it's not WWE, and I've never played it, but I know it has a reputation for being one of the worst. And I figured it was worth talking about here. So, I mean, I guess we've kind of covered them all. I mean, we were talking about SmackDown Shut Your Mouth on the last episode, which isn't kind of like a so good it's bad, or so bad it's good, sorry, type thing. Oh!
I like Shut Your Mouth. It's a good game. You could always walk around. That was my favorite part. I used to like watching wrestlers do backstage segments. It was entertaining to me, honestly. And like you'd be like, hey, what's up, Booker T? You want to start a tag team? Oh wait, no, that was Here Comes the Damn It. No, you'd always find stupid people backstage and then Shut Your Mouth. Ah! Ah! Ah!
SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. The story mode in that game is so funny. It's like a terrible movie. You tag team with Kane, and he is the bitchiest 7-foot-tall bald guy I think on Earth. He's complaining that like your guy doesn't split the bill with him when they stay in hotels or whatever. The universe that these WWE game storylines exist in is absolutely hilarious. You know, it's just it's insulting to the intelligence of the player, I think, because I think a lot of us would rather play a game where they actually like abided by the rules of, you know, reality, and like you got to like they show the guys planning their spots and whatever. But I guess, you know, that kills the illusion for the little kids a little bit. So that's not good. Yeah. I think we've gotten all the mileage we could out of this topic. You know, video games are a big
part of wrestling. Big
part of wrestling.
Thing.
Yeah, big part of most people's lives. Big part of my life.
I dabble.
Yeah. So it's nice, you know, as bad or as good as these games are, it's nice to see them. It's nice to play as the guys that you like to play as.
It's fun. It's fun to anticipate them.
Yeah. Even all the problems with WWE 12 that I was talking about, kind of, sort of, I'm still looking forward to WWE 13.
I like how they changed the name.
Yeah, that's a little weird. They're trying to make it more like a legitimate sports title, but it's just, you know, because we have 11 other games that, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out my articles on QuickWrestlingNews.com, WrestlingRegime.com, all the other sites. Be sure to check out Kevin's articles. He's going to have them up too. Check out WrestlingRegime.com as always. Thank you for watching.
No, you have to fix it.
Oh, for the love of God! Fuck! God
Brock Lesnar and like, I even like Triple H in that game, honestly, and I was not a huge.
Hold on, try to stop laughing, because I actually want to keep this in. We can just cut this part out. So just keep talking about SmackDown vs. Raw, or whatever it was. I mean, like, you know, it's the $60 or whatever I paid. I mean, I guess it's good to get a lot of replay value out of these games.